Good evening. We decided to start stream while I just put the rest of my trail mix in my mouth. But welcome back to another Valorant stream. Tonight we have another scrim against Columbia Basin College. I'm here with my good friend Jamie.
Hi.
Who will be doing the heavier lifting for tonight's stream while I try and finish chewing my trail mix.
Yeah.
So we are in the agent select screen now. Looks like we're going to be playing on Sunset. If you want to talk about each team's comps, what you're looking forward to seeing during these games.
Yeah, so Sunset is a very difficult thing about Sunset is you want to get that spike down, and with all the angles on Sunset, it's a little bit difficulties to get that spike down. So Gecko is a really popular pick on Sunset, and I've seen the Vandals comp. You know, this is a pretty average comp. They always go Breach. Breach is as good on most maps for splitting up sites. Cypher for the information, as well as Astra for placing down good coverage to be able to split sites. So it's pretty nice. And then we have Cheese on Duelist. Usually you want a good Duelist pick. And Cheese, we've seen some great plays out of Cheese. It's either going to be Jet or Raze. We've seen some really good Raze plays, but I think that Jet is the meta on Sunset. And looking at the other team right now, they have Raze. Like I said, Raze is pretty good. We got Fallen on Omen. I think Omen's a strong pick, but we've seen some really good plays from Astra with Blood playing. Fade, really good for information. And then, the Breach, like I said, that's just a classic, as well as the Cypher. So, I'm excited. In case you guys didn't hear, we're going against Columbia Basin College. We've seen some great plays. We actually scrimmed with them during our last scrim, and it was close. I think I'm trying to remember who won.
We won.
Did we?
Yeah, it was
close.
It was 2-1 in our favor.
It was close though.
I think we finished last game 8.
No, I think it was
13-8.
It was 3-2. I think.
It was best of
we
3.
got down to last.
But it was a best of 3.
Which means it was 3-2.
2-1. No, it's a best of 3 games total.
Yeah, but we came down to the last game. If it was 2-2.
No. It's best of 3 games total. So you play 3 games, and whoever has the most wins out of those 3 games. Yeah,
I think it was best of 3.
It was 2-1. Yeah, that's what best of 3 is.
Not best of 3, best 2-3.
No.
All right, so it looks like we have a really good setup. It looks like they're just going to run it down mid. We've got a 2-1-2 set split from defenders. Looks like, runs it out, Bleach Flash right there. They're going to rush it up. Jet's pushing up middle, going to take on Market, also pushing, some shots through smoke. Going to shoot through Market doors right there and try to push on to site.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've seen some. Sorry about that. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Yeah, so some really good plays from Raze. Raze pushing site. We see Astra holding the smoke right here. It looks like the defenders, it's a 3-3, so it could be anyone's game right here. They're going to be pushing back. Might be expecting a rotate here, but we see the attackers pushing through B, getting that util place down, planting the spike as well inside their smoke, it looks like. DJ's pushing onto site. Blood takes down one, takes down Omen. It's a 2-3 right now in favor of the Vandals. They're just waiting for those good picks. Sees the gun poking out, gets a few shots off on Blood, tries to go for the TP. TP's across, try to get this weird angle on them. Get some good damage dealt. Thin takes down Chicken. Oh, and that was a win for the Vandals. So, like I was saying, we've seen some really good plays from the Vandals. We're expecting to see some great things today. That was a really good set up, a really good pick. They were trying to get as much damage down as possible, trying to get, the first round carried, but it looks like the Vandals were able to take it. So, let's move on to round 2. Cool, and it looks like they're going to be doing the same strat again, rushing it down B, trying to take up as much space as possible. And then we have the attackers, or the defenders, excuse me, in a 2-3 split. They're going to run it down B, some mid, it looks like, plays down the trip. They might be faking. Gecko's taking up some space on B main, pushing through site. Yeah, we've seen some really good plays here. It looks like defenders are backing up, expecting the plays from the Vandals, but it looks like the Vandals actually might be switching sites, going to the other site. Jets trying to take up as much space as possible on A, and then they're also blocking through so that they're able to, quickly rotate over. Yeah, we see the defenders probably going back. Columbia Basin really good at predicting the rotate. So not over-rotating, they're not under-rotating. They're doing really good at trying to battle. You know, it's a 3 to 5 though. We're gonna see anything could happen. They're probably hearing all the.
Right there.
One enemy remaining.
Call out sick next time, yeah? Sorry. Inside joke.
There.
Yes, this should do.
This is gonna be fun.
They are. Looks like they're saving a little bit. Light buying as well. They do have full shield though, but they are pushing up through B main. And as they push up through B main, they're taking up space. Cypher might hear them there. They got a really good Cypher setup on site, it looks like. Cypher's holding it from Market. One other. The other two are full rushing over. Gets caught by the Cypher trap, killed by the Cypher. Gecko's getting that plant down. Sprays into Market, try to get them back up. Reach, they're pushing up space, trying to take up as much sight. The paranoia comes out from Omen. They're pushing back into sight. Omen TP's out of there. Not predicted. Up top, does he see him though? Kills the Omen, gets traded from Market. Oh, and that was a really good play from Columbia Basin College. They're able to pinch them into the site, get this nice kill on them. You know, they're pinched, they're down numbers. Really good plays from Columbia Basin.
Again, something that we had mentioned last stream when we played against them last is their coordination's really great. I think that's what it really comes down to at that point when it's late game, you're trying to take back site. It's really about, can you play together as a team? Do you have each other's backs? Are you able to trade with each other? And it seems like, you know, Columbia Basin was able to prove that they can.
Yeah, looks like we're on like a full light buy here. Some with Guardians, some with Vandals, some with Phantoms, but it looks like for the most part we do have our shield going. Omen looks like he's down a bit in shield though, so looks like it's going to be a default. Of course, they're going to be hard pushing B main though, taking up as much space as possible. They're predicting how the Vandals played. Playing together, of course, you see we have two there pushing up. Gecko's holding that close corner though. Are they going to catch it? Are they going to get the timing? Sees the trip there, shoots the trip, comes down, kills the Gecko. Watching mid, going to go through Market. Blind Blood kills the breach there. Mallow comes in with the ult, not seeing where they are. Ults the Jacob. Nice shot there from Mallow on Cheese. Pushes forward. Boombots for information, it looks like, before he pushes in, but the Astra suck is pretty good there. Nice gravity well. Breach gets the one. It's a 3v2 situation. Looks like they're going to try to close off on Blood here. Sees him, gets the kill down. Gets the ult. Try to see where the Vandals are. Breach is low in health, which, you know, could be a little bit difficult for us. There he goes, just like that. It's a 1v2 situation. They don't know where he is necessarily. And he was killed by Malo. Yeah. Now, for those of you who don't know, Thin is a friend. He's a sub of Cheese. And then Do-hyun on CBC, Columbia Basin College. He's actually thinking, or they're actually thinking of coming to University of Idaho next year. It looks like, and playing for the University of Idaho.
I was gonna say something and my mind just blanked. No, but really good round. Last round, I think a lot of the fault on Finn really just came to not swinging that angle too confidently. Because honestly, like, it was a decent angle. He could have swung that hard and then
I think his
it,
aim was a bit off. He was taking up space, probably gonna get killed though. Getting kicked by a lot of people. Gets killed. Trades by the Fade. Trades back by Blood, leaving it to a 4v3. Reach getting ready with his flash, waiting for the push, trying to get at least one out of that, trying to get some, you know, information out of his util usage. Looks like they might have faked a rotate with their jumps. Going back though, Scorpion takes down Do-hyun, pushes through side, blinded by the breach. Breach is going to shoot the wingman right before the plant. Shoots down, gets killed by Thin.
Right there.
And that was a 4-0 in favor of the Vandals.
Really good round there. Some better coordination from the Vandals. I could see that a lot of them were kind of apart, but I also saw the strategy that they were going for. You know, we had some players coming from Market and Boba.
Yeah.
We had other players coming from main, and just trying to seize the site from all angles, and that's really how you want to go about that. Excellently well played. We're up in numbers once again, up in econ. Doing a little bit better. And we can see that CBC is struggling a little bit, having to buy some forcing, some saving for next.
Yeah, it looks like it was a 2v3 split, and they ended up going A, surprisingly, and they get caught off. But it looks like Cypher is able to get that raise down after the quick peek. She probably was only expecting a couple, but it looks like the Fade Hunt cut all of them there. Now, this is a little bit difficult because they haven't pushed A yet, so they're trying to figure out what to do. What would be the smart play here? You know, we can see them kind of just holding angles at the moment. Throws down the ultimate, try to figure out where they are, try to figure out if they can go to another site. Only catch the 2 on site, though, and they might think that it's going to be good to rotate here. They rotate over. Jacob
good read.
sprays through market wall. Push on to site. Dash is trying to get that Cypher, or the Fade out of attention. Omen with the... Nice, good blind there. Breach comes out, kills Blood. Ult from Dat Boy, gets killed though. However, the Vandals are ulted at the moment if they're able to get, you know, some information on this. Nice shot there from Omen, pushing into sight, throws down the smoke.
30 seconds
Teleports out of there to try to save him. He's good on health though, down on shield, but you know, he's doing good. Jacob just watching that angle. Sees him, though. Sees him pick up the gun. Doesn't quite expect where he is. Shoots him right there. Shoots, and there is the kill on the Fade. That was a very good play from the Vandals.
Those kills excellently played around from both teams, actually. You know, even though a lot of them were picked off, I think a bit of it was not rotating fast enough. They probably didn't think after Cypher ulted that they were going to rotate. So, unfortunate for the Hawks here, but... another dub for the Vandals going into round 7, up 2 points on Columbia Basin with 4 ults from everyone except for Cypher. Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing some decent plays here from the Vandals. Slow pushing it up, waiting for Mallow. Mallow is able to get the orb, though. Pushing forward, looks like Fade is going to be trying to take him up some information as well. Just holding that angle right there. Sees him, backs up, gets stunned by Breach, though. Jacob tries to get a kill. Not able to get anything. Taken down, but gets traded. Pushing up. They see him right there. Gets ready with the ult use. Pushes out. Fade gets 2. Fade gets the 3. And that was a kill from the defenders. CBC gets another point there. See, like I said,
very quick
following really close behind. Yeah.
I felt really bad about that fight with Cheese. He was trying to get a lot of shots while they were stunned and a little dizzy there, and did not turn out good. It seems like Fallen was just teasing with them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, they took the round well. Looks like they're kind of going for.
Looks like a 1-3-1.
Yeah.
Satchel out.
Pushing hard through mid, trying to. But gets killed by the Jacob for that nasty push. Honestly, shouldn't have pushed that hard out into the middle, not knowing where they were at all. He had no information to go off and just pushed out. Jacob gets another one, gets traded by Breach, though. Breach gets ready with the flash, sees the Omen smoke go down, though. Knows he can't push through it.
Spike down B.
They get the spike down. It's a 3v3, and
I need to stop.
trying to get as much, you know, util plays, trying to get that spike picked back up. They know where the spike is, though. Skinless backing up with the flash. They know that one's up there in CT. She's just holding that angle. Fade's getting ready. Omen's pushing up into market, throws down his paranoia, pushes into the smoke in market. They don't see him. He gets those smokes down. He's just trying to get some sort of kill, some sort of information out here. Fade pushing through CT. Might push through the smoke there. Omen with the ult. Fakes the ult, goes right back to market. It's a 2v2. They shoot the trip. Kills the Cypher.
But they won't have time to defuse.
TP's onto site, sees him, but looks away right at the last second. Gets killed by the breach. Nice shot there from Skinless, and that is a Vandal win.
Unfortunate little panic play from Fallen there. I could definitely see the attempt. You know, they did have that first kill on that corner out of market. And I feel like even then, if they did get that final kill that they were looking for, I don't know if they would have had time to defuse, did they? I don't.
I think they would have.
Oh, okay. I think I heard it like go into the last part before it actually did for some reason. So that's my bad. But it looks like we're going for that 1-3-1 split again from CBC.
Yeah, good dash up there from Jet, trying to take up his space as much as possible. Pushes in, goes for the breach, taps through Cypher's trip, doesn't see anything. Pushes into the smoke. Ballsy play, takes down Omen, pushes up into CT, just holding all those angles right there. It's a 2v3. I don't know if pushing up into mid right there was a smart play.
Oh,
classic. Death there on Astra, leaving it to a 1v2 from Gecko. Sees where they are. Ready with the wingman. Goes for the off play. Doesn't get anything.
Oh.
Two
Breacher's
bullets.
one shot. This might be his.
Nice kill there from Scorpion.
Some great movement, some great ducking back. He knew he had to play it careful. Breach also knew he had to play it careful, seeing as, you know, he was one shot right there. And, yeah, no, that really worked out well in Scorpion's favor.
Yeah, honestly. You know, like I've been saying, the Gecko play, really good play here from the Vandals. Like I was saying earlier, Gecko is really good at getting the spike down on a map that is really hard to get the spike down on.
Looks like, once again, kind of going for that 1-3-1, heavy stacking B. It looks like it's going to be working in their favor as well, since most of the Vandals are
they have almost no opposition. Jets pushing up on to site. Look like they're splitting around. Jets clearing all those corners. Mosh pit goes up. His breach ult comes out.
Great mosh pit there.
Fade Haunt on side, or the Fade ult on side. Watching that back corner CT. See the Roombot come out though. Astro Divide goes down though, stopping the CBC from pushing onto site. It's really good Astral Divide as long as they can get those angles held. We have 4 from CBC. Malo tries to push through the ult and gets punished by Cheese. Pushing onto site, breaks down that Haunt, but they see where he is. He's ready with the reach. Oh, Jake's down 2v2. Blood misses his shots. So 1v1. Does he see him though?
That ace.
Nice kill there from Jacob
is.
as he takes down Breach.
An amazing shutdown. I barely missed it, but like Breach just hold on got a 4K there.
Yeah, we've seen some really good clutches here. Honestly, it's been really impressive.
Better, apparently. He's just better than everybody.
Yeah, honestly.
We can get a peek at that leaderboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Second frag.
We were joking about earlier, right before this game, that Cheese kept crashing because of the word.exe file he had on his computer. Pushing into side. Trying to take up space B main. Gecko, flash comes out. The Dizzy. Picks the Dizzy back up.
Right there.
Doesn't see anything from the Astro or the Gravity Well there. Pushes back side. Breach is ready with the flash like before. He's just going to try to kill that wingman. Malos being forced to back up by the Vandals Breach. Scorpion's kind of weak. Cypher goes to place on his cam. Instantly break. The flash hits nothing. They get the kill off. Holding that angle on Cypher. Goes to the Gecko plan now that they know that they can. Blood gets 2 there. Haunt comes out, instantly broken. Killed by the Fade, though.
Right through that trap.
Now, it looks like we are kind of low on health. It's a 2v3. Spike is down. Fade goes for the Prowler onto site. It doesn't catch anything, but it does get shot down by the Vandal. She gets ready with another one. Tries to clear any corners that she can. It misses the one hiding in that corner right there. Gets ready with the tether.
Player standing.
Gets killed by Skinless, 2v1, and that is a win from Skinless.
Yeah, no words other
Last
than
round
excellent
before the
once
switch.
again. I think the Vandals are figuring out their
Can we get a
defense
peek at that
strategy.
leaderboard? Yeah, so we've seen some really good plays from a lot of these people here. Thin, you know, unexpected, doing pretty good though, holding his own. We've seen some really good plays from everyone.
Absolutely. And that loss streak is not doing Columbia any favors. You know, they're down. They're all forcing right now. They're super low in money. If they keep this up, it might not look good for the rest of the half. But thank God it's the last round of the half.
Yep,
You know?
Malo trying to hold that angle. Here comes the Gecko Wall, trying to clear that back wall right there. Doesn't see anything. It's going to go for the fade, though. Interesting play. It looks like they weren't able to get anything out of the Gecko ult because Fate's just going to be free. Yeah, Fate's free again. The ult doesn't even matter. They're pushing up, though, trying to take as much side as possible. Flashback comes out, bounces the back. They kill the Raze.
Spike down A.
Trades it. It's a
Last player
1v4. And the Vandals are taken down. That was a really good play from CBC. Nice,
Switching sides.
util usage. They're able to get some really good information out of that. Gives some really good kills. Honestly, got their bang for the buck there. Now, they did swap sides.
End of the half, the Vandals are up by 4. Was a good half from both teams. You know, Columbia showed some excellent challenge, but obviously with Sunset being a mostly defender-sided map, it does not really help them one bit. Maybe now that they are playing on the defender side, we will be seeing them take a few more rounds.
Yeah, they do have a really good duelist. Good for pushing into site as fast as possible, which is the Raze, of course. The Cypher is going to be good for setting up their flanks. And then their Fade is going to be good for pushing sites as well. So this could be anyone's game. Looks like they're going to full run it down, or walk it down.
Oh my
B
God,
main,
did I
I mean.
miscall that? Because the Vandals were playing attacker last half, were they?
Oh, guys, I know this game, I swear.
They're pushing into B main. Down comes the util usage. Out comes the Prowler. Gravity well from Astra. She pushes onto site. Almost might have gotten detected by the Haunt there. Kills the Breach. 14 HP though. Dodges that other Prowler. Gets the 3K right there. And that was a pretty good round. 4
What a round, okay.
alive still.
Okay, my pre-round commentary was inaccurate. What I meant to say was because Sunset is such a defender-sided map, the fact that the Vandals were able to do so much damage on their attacker rounds probably is not a good omen for CBC. But that's okay.
I mean, I'd like to think they have a good omen. Don't make fun of their omen.
No. Oh, I didn't even realize they had an omen. That's not even what. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
pushing onto site.
No, Fallen's been
Stun
doing
hits
great.
nothing. They're going to hold that angle, though. They've got the life bike. Jacob gets one, gets traded, though. They're quickly rotating over from the Vandals. They're predicting the hard push. And it looks like they're still holding that weird A main hall area. They might be backing up to mid. They've got 2 going mid. Spike still near site.
Kind of an interesting route for CBC to play
Yeah,
during
Raze is
second
pushing
round.
up mid. There's Thin on mid, though, predicting the rotate just in case. Raze is pushing up mid. Gets killed by Thin.
Exactly why.
Do they see the one pass? Taps the one. Nice kill there from Scorpion on Moy. With the Dizzy. Throws the Dizzy out. Dizzy detects one. Stuns. Do they know the 2 are there? They kill the other one. Gets one. Not able to get the rest. That was a really good play. I could have seen some really good plays from Dahyun there. If only he would have saved just a second there. But to be fair, it was a 4v1. So what really could he have done? Timeout coming out from CBC.
Probably a good move. Taking quite a bit of hit for this first half here. Yeah, no, what I was mentioning in the middle of the round there was that the way that CBC was kind of moving out into mid, knowing that they had or hopefully knowing and understanding that they had a gun disadvantage, that the odds weren't really in their favor playing Stinger and all these other short range kind of ratty guns.
Yeah, for sure.
It was not great positioning. Maybe they could have tried rotating through spawn if they were going back to the other site. But obviously the positioning fails were too hard on them. And
100%.
the Vandals were able to seize that opportunity as they do. And Now they are up 6 points.
Yeah, and they're doing really good, really strong lead from them here.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go back to it, see what is happening. Timeout over. What are they going to do? Looks like they're going to split. A really interesting split here.
Yes, this goes here. Oh, this is a nice spot.
Pushing up through B main again. Probably weren't expecting that. It's a 2-3 split. Pushing up into the area. Prowler comes out, blocked by the Cypher trap though. Cypher's getting ready with his cam. Doesn't put it back away though. Holds it with the Guardian. Might expect the fast push. Ray's already used her paint shells. Looks like it's a 2-3 still. Vandals just holding down that A area. CBC coming out into mid with the spike. Scorpions is kind of jump peeking that, but they see him there. Does Scorpion see them though? That is the question. He gets ready with the smoke. Smokes off Scorpion. Malo's pushing up through B main. Sees that the door's closed and decides, you know what? I'll just go CT, I guess, or just doesn't really pay attention to it. Raze is holding that angle right there next to the doors. Waiting for the smoke to go down. Smoke goes down. Scorpion's going to go for that peek with his ghost. Doesn't get a kill, though.
30 seconds left.
Prowler comes out on Jacob. Has to back up. Pushing the side. Yeah, it looks like they're just sneaking it up all the way to A from CT side. That was a really good pick there from Blood. It's a 2-3 though. They need to get that spike down. Looks like they're gonna get that spike down as fast as possible. Doesn't really matter where. Kill on Jacob there. Now they are down in money, which makes sense why this is happening. Gets that flash out, breaks the trip. Headshot on the Cypher, not able to kill him though. Oh, and he was taken down by the Fade. That was just a big gun diff there, I think. They we're at kind of a disadvantage as far as weapons and money, but it looks like we are at the full buy now, except for Thin, who bought that Guardian, I believe, last round.
So stuff from Smash players, a little distracted. Forget they're a little loud and right here. But yeah, no, great round.
See you on the other side.
For CBC, obviously, they're playing attacker, and I think they're picking up on the Vandals' kind of fast approaches to getting some rounds, and I think they're following suit.
Yeah, and it looks like CBC is going for the B split. They're sending 2 mid, the rest B main, trying to get util down. They broke the wall mid, though. Vandals seeing that, try to push up through the smoke on mid. They kind of back up towards the B main area, just holding that mid area. Because another part of how Sunset is just trying to take up as much space as possible. You take up the space, you're able to get the rest of the map control. Mid is the most important spot. You get mid, you can go to either side from on Sunset. Dohyun gets the kill on Skinless. Nice shots there.
Cover going out.
Looks like they're executing to A, places down the smoke. They see the smoke over. They're going to quickly run over as fast as possible. One-way smoke out from Astra. Pushing on to site. Looks like the CBC's pushing up through Hall. They're waiting for the plant. Gets the kill down by Scorpion on Mallow. Jacob gets a nice spray. There's
another. Looking for that teammate.
4v2. Sees him on site. Fallen gets one, but it gets blinded by the Dizzy. Gets taken down by Thin. Really good plays there from the Vandals.
Perfect defense.
Really good execution. They were just waiting for the plant.
They knew it was gonna. They trusted their gut. They knew that Columbia Basin was coming up on A. They had every entrance to A covered, every angle held, and obviously aim is unlocked. Because honestly, you can hold an angle and not have the aim that you need to actually hold it. So good on them. Another point on the board, holding a 6-point lead on the Hawks here.
Yes, this should
Not looking good for Columbia this round, but admittedly, Sunset is a difficult map, and it seems like the Vandals have improved on that ability.
Yeah, I know that Sunset might have been a tricky map for the Vandals beforehand. They needed some practice on it, but it looks like they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
All that practice is paying off. Gravity well comes out from Astra as well as the smoke there. Sprays through it, though, just in case. Looks like they're still holding that B-main area. Might be backing up just a little bit. Dizzy comes out, detects Cypher mid. They hear the one trip. Cypher takes down Scorpion on mid. CBC pushing up to mid. Looks like they're going to be pushing through B-main as well. Hawks take down Blood.
Oh,
Gets traded by Thin. It's a 3v3 situation. Spike is going down. There goes the Cypher roll, trying to figure out where they are. Just holding those angles. Dodges the Prowler, takes down one, gets traded though. It's a 1v2, and that was a win by the Hawks.
Young and Moy really had sight locked down, had that aim where they needed it to be. Playing off each other, you know, we did see Malo fall, reloading as they ran into market. Wasn't expecting Thin to be there. But yeah, that coordination, playing off of each other, they're really smart about the way that they defend, and that's really important if their goal is to catch back up in points, or at least make a little bit more of a dent in the scoreboard.
Absolutely, yeah, 100% agree with you there. They just gotta work together as well. The communication, pushing, gets one, gets traded though. Not that smart of a play from Cheese there.
Wasn't expecting all of them
but
to be
got
there.
traded.
He got his one though.
We found one.
Fade detects one.
Bring them
Gets ready
down.
with her other Prowler, clears out the hall area right there, pushes up through sight, rotating over. Fatal gets ready. Deciding not to use it. Look at, they might be rotating out to mid.
I must wait a moment.
Astra
just holding
by
his ankle
herself on B. Fallen gets his one on Scorpion, Finn gets a gun. Pushes through the smoke by the looks of it. Gets killed by Thin. Bad timing there from the Omen as he gets ready with his paranoia to push through the smoke. Bridge comes to give backup. They 2 on site. It's a 3v3. Spike going down. 3v2.
Spike
Gets ready with the
planted.
gravity wall. Doesn't hit anything. Out comes the Fatal. Holds that angle. Doesn't connect.
Good movement.
Enemy remaining.
Takedown 2. They don't know where she is. Oh, misses the flash.
That was unfortunate. I mean, that was a really impressive spray transfer there from the Fade, and, you know, Blood just stuck in that old wandering around side, not really knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
I should
great.
play some Astros Bars with
The Vandals are falling short of the expectation that they set during the first half, and I wonder if they're recognizing, like, where it is that
Caution here.
they're messing up. I couldn't say. I don't play.
I
Like
mean,
them.
I
I'm not
hope
in
they
their
are
heads.
recognizing it. Looks like they are putting more attention on B though. 2-1-2 split, and it looks like they're defaulting with the spike a little bit, taking it A, but also sending some people B. Might be a fake though as well. They do have the 3, and you know you do need 3 people for a good fake execute. Nice taps there. Throws down some so try to fake it. Oh, Mallow gets taken down though. Traded by Fade. Fade has the spike though, so they don't know where the spike is. They might have thought that it was a fake.
But it could be a fake fake.
Could be.
Okay.
Blood gets one on Cypher.
Double. Where are they going?
Double
going
fake
back towards A.
back to A. Omen's taking up space mid, trying to catch some people off guard, ready with the paranoia onto sight. Goes the smoke out, gets ready with, there goes the paranoia. Omen weakened by, oh nice, good play there from Fade
Bring them
on
down.
the breach. Fade goes for the plant, gets stunned by the Dizzy. Gecko's taken
30
down to
seconds
2v2.
One
See, the plant takes her down. Do we know where the last one is? There we go. 12-7 in favor of the Vandals.
Taking a bit of a loss streak. You know, they did have to force that round, the Vandals. And I was honestly a little bit unsure with the way that they were moving. But it seems like that uncertainty was also very strong in Colombia, which is probably why that round didn't go as well for them as the others. The Vandals were able to get another point on the board. It is match point for the Vandals. They are up 5 points on the Hawks here. With a worse ult economy, actually.
Yeah. Kills the Cypher Cam. Sees it down, gets stunned or shot by it, though. Looks like they might be pushing on to A, but Raze has the spike on B by herself. Just has her ult in a classic. What is she going to do? Tries to get them to back up. If they get the Raze, spike is down.
Well, they got the Raze.
Down. Spike is down on B site. They're going to have to quickly scramble over to A. Oh, I was wrong. Sorry. They do have the spike on B. It's weird. It must have been a graphical bug. It said that Raze had the spike. Oh, Omen ulted and grabbed it.
Oh,
I missed
play.
that. Omen TP's out of there, trying to avoid the Gecko ult. Gecko ult probably going to be taken down. Taken down. Look at that. Skinless kills. Oh, nice kills there. Good trade. Another trade from Blood. It's a 4v1. Kills the Cypher, and that is a GG for the Vandals.
Excellently played from all players across the board, especially Skinless, you know, finding those really good kills from CT towards all, really getting some very important picks that led to the success of that round.
And Skinless also being one of our newer members, you know, to the Varsity team. We've seen some really good, really great plays out of him.
Absolutely. And that's almost represented through the leaderboard, although Blood, actually very similar to what we saw last time, just absolutely knocking everyone out of the park, going 22-12 with the next player under him going 18-15. Blood has improved a lot, actually, from going from someone who very commonly sat towards the middle of the leaderboard to now often top fragging with his IGL.
Yeah, even doing better than Jacob, surprisingly. We've seen some really good plays of everyone here. It looks like the scoreboard's pretty balanced by everyone. We've seen some really good plays from everyone across the board. It was really good.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be going into another game, but I believe, before we do that, we are going to take a quick few-minute break, as we do for our breaks with a new important event coming up. We're going to be running our Beat Bonk ad. We are not going to be running our Beat Bonk ad. Actually, that's false advertising. That's so my fault. We are eventually going to run our Beat Bonk ad. I said eventually. It might not be the stream, but at some point it will. At some point it will happen. I'm sure. Please stick around for our break. Hopefully we are actually only gone for a few minutes, and I'm not lying to you. Get some water, stay fed, use the bathroom if you must, and we will see you in a little bit. All right. Welcome back, Vandals, to our second scrimmage game against Columbia Basin Hawks. I'm here with my actual good friend, Aiden, who will be joining us for the stream. I'm not sure. You just here to?
No, I'm here to shoutcast.
All right.
We can blend.
Yeah.
To all of our viewers, please ignore my lip.
Yeah.
It's been very dry here, and it decided to fully split in half, so I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's
I
not fun.
went through that a little bit ago, and
I also...
not a great time.
Ooh, I need to talk to Wayne after this.
Ooh. We are moving on a Bind. Bind is a map that we've seen our Vandals play before. Map that they're relatively good at.
Pretty strong pick, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
For the Vandals so far, we're going for a Raze, Sova, Brim, and Cypher locked in right now. I'm not sure what Skinless is. Yeah, Skinless
Pretty standard
hovering
comp for us
over
right
Yoru.
here.
And we have Skinless playing Sky, which got hit in that recent patch with the blind cooldowns. Not a huge fan of that, but I'm sure that Skinless, the star player that he is going to be able to make use of it.
Oh, yeah.
On the Hawks, we have Viper, Sky, Brim, Raze, and Yoru. Yoru is actually a pretty underrated pick for this map, but actually really excellent. Has some great areas to play blinds. Raze, obviously, just good at getting past those tight corners if you know how to use your satchels right. And Brim is just great.
Brim's just sick.
Yeah, no, especially for this map, you know, a lot of the reason why I started playing Brim. Really?
Really.
He should have always been meta, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going into this first round, pretty confident at the Vandals playing attacker? No, defender here.
Yeah.
Are going to be able to hold their own. They make a lot of space even when they are playing defender, going for that 3-2 setup. Sova and Raze on A, and Sky, Cypher, and Brim on B. Usual setup.
First engagement.
In Showers, Moy taking out Cheese, playing up a little bit too close. Losing that aim battle there. Scorpion and Johan trying to go for that next fight. Johan finding that kill on
Crosshair
Scorpion.
placement
That's
just a bit off
ooh.
on there.
For CBC here as they move
Spike
on to
planted.
A, taking that execute, knowing that they have the site now, have site smoked down as well. It's going to be a little bit hard for the Vandals to push on here. We'll have been pushing out with that classic, already getting tapped by Cypher. Not Cypher, but someone. A little dangerous territory. Malo finding that kill through the box
Last
on
player
Blood.
standing.
And another on Thin. Oh, Moy and Viper actually taking a lot of shots on Skinless there. Securing that first pistol round, unfortunately, for the Vandals. That's fine. I am not at all scared.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No.
I mean, we just lost eco, but that's fine. It's
Yeah.
still just first round.
Yeah, no,
Always time
we're
for a comeback.
fine. We're fine. We'll bring it back. Get that thrifty kill.
Got some Overwatch lore in the Twitch chat here, coming from a certain somebody that's Lucio main. Anyways,
Going for a very similar 4-1 from the Vandals this
stacking
time.
A, everybody.
Yeah, which is not really what Columbia is going to be doing. They do have Spike moving A, but they have more on B. It might be a fake play, but we also know that Columbia Basin likes to go for these fakes and just commit to the side that they were trying to fake. She's finding that first kill, but Chicken finding a trade. Pika finding another Too Young, finding another. The Hawks just picking off the Vandals one by one. And that last kill on Thin through Halls, giving Columbia another point on the board, winning those first 2 rounds in the first half. And already not looking too great for the Vandals, especially in their economy right now. They are having to force this round. So is life. You know how it is at this point. Going for that 2-3 split between B and A. Not exactly sure how they're going to play this time, but ready to run away and TP if needed. Yoru already looking towards Garden. Most of Columbia Basin taking some shorter angles towards A, while the rest of the team quietly sneaks through long. She's finding that first engage, taking out Malo, who was playing in Garden. Rest of Columbia Basin is slowly moving up towards Hookah. No one is up there, but then hears those footsteps moving out, using his cam, trying to see if he can see anything. Everybody kind of just sitting in the window, looking for anybody to shoot at this point. Pico's going to find that cam, take it out. They're all hiding behind that trap. Finn's finding that first kill out of the window, finding another, finding a third.
Oh, beautiful round off the force. Recovering now, picking up some steam. We did, in fact, lock in.
The house always wins.
This is where things start picking up now.
Here.
Very confident about how things are going to be moving forward. I'd just like to say, out of the 17 people who are here, I hope you're following the channel. If not, feel free to do so if you wish.
Really helps us out.
Really helps us out, helps with our engagement, helps us look cool. We're at 260 followers right now. 40 followers within the past week or so.
Pretty
I'm not
solid
exactly
numbers,
sure
not
what
gonna
happened,
lie.
but I'm very happy about it. Like, I'm about to be very happy if this nade does anything, with most of Columbia Basin sitting in short. Cheese throwing that nade and immediately backing out and letting Basin move in. Not the greatest play, but, you know, saved his ass, so I'm not complaining here. Cheese moving out of that smoke, trying to find any stragglers out. Doesn't know about a couple players playing in Hall there. Oh! But finding a couple. Dojun finding one for CBC as
Almost
well.
had him through the
Young
smoke.
Chicken finding another, but running away back through showers. Then finding another for the Vandals here. It's 3-3 across the board. Malo's moving in, ducking back towards Halls, playing with Viper. Oh, but Cheese with that crazy flick.
Remaining. Last player standing.
And Skilless from behind. Oh my god.
Clean
Clean round, getting that defuse. That flick from Cheese was crazy.
You know, Kaz, I gotta say, after watching these guys as much as they've played, it does seem like we do tend to lose the early game a bit,
That is true.
but we always end up coming back somehow and evening things out.
That's true. We take a minute to learn what the strategy is,
Yep.
what we're playing against. Except for Sunset, apparently, where we just kicked ass. I'm not exactly sure what happened with that,
Yeah,
but
that
I
was
mean,
a-
we won, so I'm not complaining.
Hard stomp.
That goes there.
Now we have most of CBC ready to push A. Looks like they're going for a split push between short and showers. Meanwhile, we're going to have Viper playing from long. This guy's throwing out her hawk, trying to find any information out there while Viper slowly moves up. Meanwhile, oh! Okay, that was a little bit closer. Malo taking a lot of damage there from Scorpion, getting healed by their Sky. While the rest of CBC moves up towards showers. Cheese is alone on site. Will he be able to defend? Site is smoked off, but CBC is smoking off as well. Whoa, finding that first, finding that second, throwing, oh, getting shot through the smoke. Unfortunate. But three more players left on CBC side. Viper is for some reason still playing on B site while the rest of her team plays through showers. Malo playing a little bit too close, getting picked off by Blood, who's further up into showers, ready to play this Sky. Meanwhile, Viper is slowly rotating through spawn. Blood gets that nice kill on Young Chicken 3.
30 seconds left.
Oh, man. That was,
It's a great time.
yeah.
Viper slowly moving in through spawn, probably going to play through CT. It's going to be really dangerous as both of the Vandals that are still alive are hugging Spike right outside of the
10
shower
seconds
door
left.
here. They aren't going to be able to get this.
There
and
it is.
being a little bit too obvious with their movements, maybe they just knew that the Vandals might be there, or they didn't, and we're just jumping
just
around
better.
for no reason. Now, it seems like they're noticing that loss streak a little bit there with the Vandals playing now 3-2. winning 3 rounds in a row. They will be taking that timeout, trying to obviously recuperate and figure out what their plan going forward.
I mean, we did.
Here.
If we could get a stats up real quick, I'm not sure if you can pull it up during a timeout. Actually,
yes, you can.
We did just pretty much tank their eco pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, they are having to force this round, with the exception of Moy. We're definitely forcing from the Columbia Basin side here. And we're still kitted out with good eco. I mean, we have one straggler, but we can look past that.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're holding their own.
Yeah.
For the most part. They're trying.
This is good.
Yeah.
You want to take the eco early game because when you set that pressure, you set the pressure for the map as well. Because
That's
there's
true.
only so much you can do playing with,
At least for that half, yeah.
Yeah, classics and, well, classics. So.
Going out of this timeout, going back into our pre-round, Columbia hopefully has a new plan, new strategy to go for here. They're going for a B push. Finally, I was wondering when I was going to see it. A full B push through B long, except for Viper, who is opting to go through hookah. Kind of based. Love those short angle interactions. Skinless finding a half team line, but
here.
running back towards Hall, towards elbow there, knowing it's a little bit of a dangerous game for them to play. Oh, Skinless didn't know it wasn't a clone. Or it was a clone. Okay, I'm kind of dumb. Oh, but he is not the one.
Mallow thought he was in with that movement, but was not.
Unfortunate. Although Skinless is pretty low, playing in some pretty dangerous territory. For some reason, Finn is trying to bang through this window. Not really how that works, but that is okay.
Optimal.
Now, Sky does have ult, and CBC does have spike down. Could be good for information, but it seems like the rest of the Vandals are going to be pushing out really quickly, getting kill after kill. It's a 1v1 now.
1v2.
Dohyun hiding. Oh, 1v2. Dohyun hiding in the window. Oh, taking one out.
Oh,
Oh, but not swinging that corner fast
great
enough.
try from
Getting
Scorpion.
picked by Young Chicken Dress. Going into that 3-3 as we enter round 7 now. Seeing some pretty even competition. Some pretty evenly not so great economy on both teams here.
Yeah. What we've seen here, for our viewers that don't know, we did have a scrim with Columbia Basin previously, and what we saw is that at certain points, not to discount any of the other players,
Of course,
but
of
it
course.
really just comes down to a 1v1 between Cheese and
Dohyun.
yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, they are, I will confidently say, the two most dominant players in this game.
Absolutely.
And they've definitely both shown that. So
Oh, Skinless not
missing
holding
there,
that.
and
Mallow
taking
finding
two.
a quick 2 with assist from Sky through Garden. There's 2 of the Vandals left who are playing from spawn. Not looking too great. Mallow is going for that plant, so they're using Hunter's Fury, trying to find any information on location. Finding that 1 kill on Mallow, unfortunate. Viper's holding this door right outside of Hall right here. Might not be the greatest play. If they're able to swing that Pika, finding one on Blood. Not sure where. I wasn't paying attention to the map. That's my bad.
Scorpion bolting, trying to get some intel.
She's hiding in this elbow smoke, slowly pushing out, looking for some information, but not too confident. Dohyun finding one on Scorpion, and Pika finding that last on Cheese in elbow, taking another point. Bringing a 2-round win streak here for the Hawks, looking a little bit better. They do have 3 ults as compared to our 2. I'm not exactly sure how many more of our players are close to getting their ult, but it does look like the ult economy is in their favor. It's just a question of when and how they're going to use it. Brim's smoke is pretty good at clearing sights, so if they're able to push up fast enough, they clear some angles that way and maybe clear off some stragglers. As we can see some of the important players anyway on CBC pushing up C-Long with the spike, accompanying their teammates while Viper plays on A for some reason. Again, maybe preparing for a bait play. They are kind of hiding by TP. Would be kind of risky. She's finding that first looking for another, not finding it on Pikov, who takes him out with that gun disadvantage.
Still getting that nade
unfortunately.
down.
Oh,
Bit
did
of
they find
damage.
one with that nade?
No, Cheese didn't find one, but definitely threw the nade, got some damage
Oh,
down,
yeah.
a little bit of chip. Nothing major, but, I mean, damage is damage.
Damage is damage indeed. Pikov going for that going into Hall. Very dangerous play. Finding a nice
We'll
trade.
call it a trade, I guess.
Yeah, I
Enemy
guess.
remaining.
Watching Hookah.
Last player standing.
Dohan finding one. Oh!
And a
With an
clean kill.
interesting spray there. Then finds that last on Dohan. Jumping out of Hookah. Gets that spike diffused. It's 4v4 or 4-2-4 now. I'm sitting at a stalemate here.
Yeah, it.
Not exactly.
I
sure
mean,
whose
like I
favor it's
said,
in.
if we could get scoreboard up, whenever, at the earliest convenience of our awesome production staff.
Goes here.
Okay, here we go. So looking at the leaderboard right now, Thin playing very dominant this game, sitting at 9-5, dipping the entire enemy team with Doyen. Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
Doyen.
I've been saying Dohan. It sounds right
Dohan.
enough to me.
They're sitting at 8-5. Pretty similar matchup. She's sitting up there too. Typically, what I would expect from our team. Watch these fellas play a lot of Valorant. So
We have most of CBC pushing up C long. We have Sky using her ult to find some information. Watching those cabbages fly around. Another thing about those cabbages is now players who are being targeted will be
Spike
told
planted.
with a warning sign on their screen. Interesting change for that ability, but probably for the best. I don't really trust Riot, but hey, that's okay.
hey, that's a different
Still
call for a
even,
different day. Keep in
the
mind,
Sky
Riot
ult was able to
did
keep
speak
off
of
the
legends.
Vandals from sight. And they're using that Brim ult to hold Garden, try and get some kills out of Hookah, finding a couple. Quite a few, actually. It's
4v2.
3-2 now. That Viper Snakebite is on
player
Spike.
standing.
Hopefully they're able to get that Spike down. Oh, they're in a good angle, but Sky is quickly going to turn that corner, get Scorpion while they're trying to defuse. Although
try.
the Spike does eliminate Viper, and Sky's not looking too great for either team's econ right now, although that win is kind of doing them a little bit of a favor. Not too much. They have just enough to buy full and full shields with very little money left over. I think, I guess both teams being relatively broke is a decent sign of how evenly matched these
I would
players
agree.
are.
It is definitely, our last scrim was super entertaining to watch for anybody that saw it. I enjoyed it personally, and I don't play Valorant personally, but I will tell you, when you get a group of great players, it's really entertaining.
Absolutely. Skinless seeing that Skydog backing up, seeing that Malo come in. While Malo TP's on the site, finding out one kill on Thin real quick, taking sight, getting spiked down. We're seeing a very similar pattern to what the Vandals did back on Sunset, which was the quick push, the quick plant. Taking site control as fast as they can is really what's going to get them those rounds here. And Skinless actually playing at a serious gun disadvantage. Yeah, getting some damage out on Malo, but not enough to take them out. And Moy finding blood through long. It's just not looking good for any of our players here. Dohan finding that last kill on Scorpion, taking another round for the Hawks here. It's 6-4 in the Hawks' favor. Economy is looking a tiny bit better for the Hawks, and obviously still in the shitter for the Vandals here. Unfortunate.
This is a nice spot.
Going for a 3-2 defense split, while the rest of CBC is relying on that B win once again. They know that B is their better site, and Vandals apparently are not catching up on that. Skinless is able to get that Hawk out. Not ducking back in just yet. Malo is running through site, checking Halls first, not site. Oh! Nice kill from Skinless. Dohan finding that trade, but then finding another. Players are just flying through the air. Malo ducking around Tube, finding that kill on Thin, who I thought already died, but I must have just remembered it wrong. Cheese playing through Hall behind Scorpion, who's playing with a classic, looking like a gun disadvantage for the Vandals here. Cheese, I'm trusting, and Blood, who I'm also trusting, playing with a Vandal out of hookah, looking for some stragglers. Oh, Yoru at an interesting angle, finding that kill on Blood through hookah. Oh, and a beautiful blind, swinging out, finding Cheese in elbow, taking that final kill, and getting another point for Columbia Basin. It's 7-4 now. 3-point lead on the Vandals, very different from what we were seeing on the last map, which is interesting, noting that Bind is usually a better map for the Vandals. But, you know, with teams that are this evenly matched, some of those strong maps may be really similar. It might come down to who has the stronger players, who has the better aim, who has the better utilization and skill overall, really.
Crosshair placement is something I have noticed.
Rest of CBC going B. Skinless finding two. Thinless finding a third. Duo finding
Thinless.
one on Cheese. Already not looking too great for CBC. They do still have Spike, but they are down in numbers. Not exactly sure how things are going to work out. Thin is still holding hookah, but they're coming along, and he doesn't know. He does hear him in garden, hopefully. Rest of the Vandals are going for that flank rotate there through short. Sky using that ult. Perfect. Since there are 3 players left, they're going to go exactly to where they need to be. And they've rotated. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here now. But for some reason, oh, okay. Scorpion finding a kill on Sky with that Hunter's Fury there. So the rest of the Vandals move back up on A. Dohyun finding that wallbang. Scorpion using their Sonic Dart to try and find another, but loses the aim battle once again. Thin is the last player alive, playing in CT. Nobody knows where they are. Spike is still not down. They only have so many seconds left to make a move. Viper is going to have to plant. Very risky play. Thin is right around the corner. Oh!
Beautiful one-tap.
That's what we love to see over here. Thin was just waiting. Honestly, kind of a risky play for Thin. Because if they didn't swing fast enough, they might have missed it. Or if they missed that one tap, it would have been over.
Switching sides.
But probably, actually, you know what? That was a bad call. That was a decent play, because going right after they planted, they have that animation difference. You know, Thin can obviously move, and Viper can't that much. So the only thing that really could have gone wrong is Thin missed that shot and threw the whole round. But hey, he got it. That's another win for the Vandals. It's 5-7. Still in the Hawks' favor. Seems like CBC is just sticking B. They're confident. They know they get wins there. They're going for a bit of a different split this time. Full stacking. Looks like hookah for right now. Oh, no, that's not wrong. It's 3 stacking hookah. Playing. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. That was half. I'm not smart. Anyways, the Vandals are actually going for that 3-2 split on B. Cheese finding that first through long. Scorpion finding a second on site. Chicken finding a first and second for the Hawks here. Malo finding a third on Thin. It's 2-2 across the board. Same agents across the board. Gonna come down to who uses their aim and util better. Skinless going for the plant. Blood whiffing all of his shots on Hall. What is he doing? He's struggling over here. That's what's happening. Moy getting the heal from Sky. Skinless holding this angle outside of Hall. Oh, but whiffing all of his shots as well. Moy finding that kill on Blood. Oh! Skinless not finding that kill on Moy fast enough, so Chicken's able to take him off, and they're able to defuse the spike, giving CBC that first pistol round for the second half. It's hard out here, folks. going for somewhat even split. 2-3 with a raise. Oh, yeah, no, 2-3 split. Rays trying to decide where they're going to go by holding Hall. Eventually just going back to B, while the rest of the Vandals decide they're going to play A. They're going to play through short. They're going to play through link. Have a good plan. Hopefully Blood is going to get those smokes down, but not fast enough before Malo finds that first pick on Cheese. Moy finding another on Scorpion. That's a danger of using a Marshall. If you hit your shots, they're one shot if you're playing against a player without armor. And that definitely comes at a disadvantage, especially with players like these. Again, even matchup, very dangerous situations here. That Boombot not finding anything, unfortunate. But then is holding a not great angle. That clone getting shot gives Malo all the information they need. I don't know what that was, but
that was a very
okay. Malo finding a third on Cubby.
That was
Blood.
either dumb luck or the best calculation of a wallbang I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, he had that shit figured out. That wow.
Yeah, that was the shift from box to through was beautiful.
Going in to the third pistol round, we're finding a timeout from the Vandals.
We do need to lock in.
We do need to lock in.
We need to lock in. Bad aim.
Yeah. How do you feel from these statements from chat here?
Well, well, well. I don't like it very much. Whoever No Dad here is, your first time chat, your first time coming in here, you come in here to hate? Really? I'm not a hater.
Not a good look.
I'm the opposite of a hater.
Yeah?
I'm a mega hater.
You hate just better than all the other haters.
Yeah, I'm just better at hating than any other hater.
Yeah.
I do have sources that can confirm that. Hope you guys like my dragon shirt that I found at Goodwill. I thought it was pretty hard. I look like a buffoon wearing it, but at the same time it's sick, so.
You gotta accessorize. That's what you need. You need a jacket or something, man.
It wasn't that cold when I left today, yeah.
It's warming up. Almost unfortunately. I missed the cold already.
Yeah, I like the cold, but not when it's like -20 and pipes explode everywhere and
Yeah.
our boss gets scared that our lab full of equipment is going to flood.
Yeah.
And there's no oversight. But anyways, that's besides the point.
Looking for another full B push from the Vandals. Seeing some fun engagement between Cheese and Blood during the pre-round. No longer the pre-round, actually. They're just sitting here. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if they know that it's over. Call this a slow push. They are not moving at all. Waiting for the rest of CBC to push up. Skinless is finally making the first move for the
Spike
Vandals.
Carrier leading. Interesting choice there. We're going to see what Skinless is doing.
Yeah. Silva going into Hugo, Viper hiding right outside. That Skydog seeing Dohyun in that corner. They're going to turn this corner in guarding real quick. Still risky. No engagements made yet, just util exchanges. Oh, Dohyun finding that nice kill with the judge. But then is going to find that. Two of CBC are going to find some kills. Pika finding another two. It's 1v3 between the Vandals and the Hawks right now. It's
Brim on Brim moving into A.
Launching smoke.
oh
Out of charge.
mean.
Unfortunate no scope.
Chat clear. So
Well.
I'm kind of seeing a reverse.
Yeah, I'm
between what was going on between Sunset.
personally, I'm not liking what I'm seeing.
No, not at all. Unfortunate, however. So is life. We did see a 2-1 game in the Vandals' favor the last time we played against CBC. Maybe we will be seeing a repeat of that.
We don't know.
Hopefully we will have time to actually stream that, as we might have some other things on stream happening a little bit
We
later
do
tonight.
have the superior game coming up right after this. That is
Oh, a
Counter-Strike
nasty
2.
raise nade into Hookah. Scorpion getting hit by that, not enough to do some significant damage, but damage is damage, as Aiden has said before. We have the rest of the Vandals moving up into Hookah. Cheese has been taken down from an engagement I completely missed.
Smash team is tweaking everybody.
Thin trying to find some shots. Getting hit by that friendly sky line. I don't know what the hell was going to come out of my mouth. Then finding a wallbang through tube on Peekov.
30 seconds left.
The rest of CBC hiding behind Thin. Skinless finding another one on Sky there.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Ooh, Malo hiding in tube. Taking out everybody, looking for that ace. Oh, finding it with the headshot on Thin. And he is not messing around. Ooh. This is looking a little bit dangerous in CBC's favor. Malo is just absolutely crushing it, going 23 and 10. He's feeling himself. She, they, not sure. Should probably stick to gender neutral pronouns. I don't know anybody's pronouns.
I just always
Yeah,
forget.
seeing that Cypher crying emote is how I feel right now.
You know what? Life's hard, but you grow from it, you get stronger. We grow from adversity out here. We don't curl up like balls and cry about how hard our lives are. We get stronger. Finn going 14 and 12, but we got Malo sitting at 23 and 10 with a 2.3 KD. That is nasty, everybody. Oh.
Rest of UI trying to push through the smoke. Malo finding the first with Cheese, finding a trade on Malo. Moy finding Cheese, but then finding Moy. We're finding some equal trades here as the rest of the Vandals run back towards B, looking for another opportunity to play. Young Chicken 3 once again on the site, trying to defend, finding that kill on Scorpion.
Young Chicken 3.
As the rest of, oh, the Vandals get picked off one by one. Oh.
Oh.
I'm feeling a hurt. I'm feeling a hurt for Amir.
I think we need a pep talk is what we need.
Cheese 1 kill away from finding their ult. Hopefully could see some reverse sweep plays here.
He is really good at using that big goofy rocket launcher.
Blood also having his ult. Sky also having their ult. Yeah, I told you the almonds, the raises are huge, man. Talking about praisings again.
You're missing
or
it.
trail mix again. Scorpion sending out that Dort. Skinless finding the first kill.
Quick plan.
Rest. Oh, Scorpion's just not fast enough. Pika finding another kill. Joyham finding another kill. It's 2-3. It's looking dangerous for the Vandals once again.
Lock in.
They found that quick plant, which is exactly what they needed, but Malo is just sitting right behind. They don't know what's coming to him. But they're taking a lot of damage. It's not looking great. And Dohyun finds that last kill on Blood, closing out the game in CBC's favor. It's 13-5. And disgusting win for the Hawks here, evening out the series score 1-1.
Yep, we there will be one more game, but I'm not sure if we're going to be streaming it.
Yeah,
we will get back to you on that.
In the meantime, I must thank you all. I saw we peaked at 23 for a second there.
Hey, that's pretty great. Thank you to everybody.
Saw
viewers,
some fans of the
somebody
Hawks
DoorDash
here.
me a quesadilla, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming for right now. Thank you for supporting us, Vandals. We are small, very humble production here. And
Indeed.
having people here to support us really does mean a lot.
We appreciate it.
While
everybody.
you are here, I'm once again going to plug the channel. Feel free to follow if you like so you never miss another stream.
Feel free to join our Discord server, too.
Which, do we have that link now? Do we have our Discord server link now so people can join our Discord server?
It is on the website.
Is the website linked on? Okay,
.com.
so the website UIdahoesports.com is linked to the Twitch profile. Please
Update
visit.
coming soon.
Join the Discord server. Follow our socials. I'm unsure if we're gonna be streaming this because we have some other stuff coming up a little bit later.
We do have the superior game coming up. We have Counter-Strike 2
This
at
game is not gonna be done by it, I guarantee.
8 p.m. Okay.
Okay.
We will see you
Are we taking a
guys
break?
in.
Right now?
Are we
okay.
continuing to stream Valor and then switching to?
Okay, that's.
You want to do that or you want to reset? We can go stretch our legs. Sorry, fellas, we're having some technical difficulties right now. Okay, we're going to take a 20-minute break, everybody. We will be back in 20 minutes. I will be here doing play-by-play for Counter-Strike because that is my game.
And I will be behind the camera because I like running the stream, I guess. Support my man Bong is here.
Sportcast, Cas Phoenix, sickest name ever.
Canon
name, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's a legal name.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Nobody heard that.
Nope. No, it is pretty fun and awesome. It's really fun and awesome.
Thank you for joining the stream, and we will see you in a little bit.